All right, ready to dive in. Today we're tackling something that sounds deceptively simple at first glance.
Sounds right up our alley.
It really does, right? We're talking about the name of God.
The name of God.
Yeah, but we're not just talking about, the usual suspects like Yahweh or Allah or anything like that.
Deeper.
Yeah, we're going deeper. We're going to explore the idea that the true name of God, the God of Israel, is actually just I am.
I am.
I know, right? I am. It's so simple.
It is
Almost too simple.
almost too simple.
I mean, I say I am all the time.
Right.
I am hungry. I am tired. I am definitely going to need another cup of coffee if we're going to make it through this deep dive.
You and me both.
Right. So what's so profound about these two little words?
That's where it gets really interesting.
Okay.
We're drawing on a couple of lectures by Neville Goddard.
Okay.
He's a spiritual teacher who had some pretty radical ideas
Yeah.
about the nature of God and reality in general.
All right.
And he argues that I am isn't just something we say, every day.
Mm-hmm.
It's actually the core,
Oh, wow.
the essence of divinity.
Yeah, okay.
It's the name that God uses to create and to manifest.
So it's like I am is the source code.
The source code,
Or
exactly,
it's the universe.
of the universe.
Okay.
And here's the really interesting part.
Okay.
Goddard believes that this power of I am, it's not reserved for some deity out there.
Okay.
It's within each and every one of us.
Hold on. You're telling me that I, with my bad hair day and my caffeine addiction,
Yeah.
I have the power of God inside me.
That's exactly what Goddard's saying.
That's wild.
He even says in one of his lectures, when you say before you say I am John, I am Bill, I am this, I am that, you are declaring yourself to be, and that sense of being is God.
Whoa.
He believes that every time we say those words, we're tapping into a divine power
Mm-hmm.
that can actually shape reality.
Okay, now I'm starting to see why this is a deep dive.
Right.
So we're not just talking about understanding this as a concept.
No.
It's about recognizing this power within ourselves.
No, absolutely. And that's where things get really exciting because both these lectures we're looking at today
Okay.
suggest that this isn't just an abstract philosophy or anything.
Yeah.
It actually has practical stuff we can take away.
Now you're speaking my language. Give me the practical applications here.
Okay, so there's this story in one of the lectures
Okay.
about a man who desperately wanted to own a certain building.
Mm-hmm.
He wanted this building so bad,
Okay.
but he had no money, no connections,
Yeah.
no logical reason at all that he would get this building.
All right.
But he had one thing. He had this deep conviction in the power of I am.
Okay.
He would visualize
Yeah.
owning the building,
Mm.
feeling the reality of it, and affirming, I am the owner of this building.
Did it work?
He bought the building
No way.
against all odds.
Wow.
He ended up buying that building, and Goddard uses this story
Yeah.
to show the power of I am.
Can manifest what you want.
Exactly.
That's incredible, but how does it work? I mean, is it like wishing on a genie or something?
It's a little more complex than that.
Okay.
So Goddard explains that when we embrace this idea that I am is the name of God and that God is within us,
Yeah.
we actually align ourselves with this creative force that can shape reality.
It's not just saying the words.
No, it's not just about saying the word.
It's about feeling it.
It's about feeling it, the knowingness
Hmm.
of already having what you want.
So shifting our internal state,
Yes.
our beliefs,
Exactly.
instead of focusing on what's happening externally.
Exactly. It's about recognizing that what we see around us
Mm-hmm.
is a reflection of what's happening inside of us.
Okay.
And if we change our inner world, we change the outer world.
I'm starting to get this I am concept, I think.
Good.
But you mentioned earlier that understanding I am actually evolves over time.
Yes.
What did you mean by that?
That's a crucial point. Goddard says, our initial understanding of I am might manifest as this raw power,
Yeah.
almost like a force of nature.
Okay.
He even says God is a man of war, the Lord is his name, highlighting that association of God with might.
Yeah.
Not necessarily with love and mercy right away.
That's a little jarring, I have to admit.
It can be.
It seems to go against, this whole idea of God as a loving being.
Well, that's what's so fascinating about this journey.
Okay.
It's full of paradoxes.
Okay.
The initial experience of this power might manifest as, material desires or even just like worldly power.
So it's like we're given this incredible tool,
Yeah.
but we don't really know how to use it at first.
Like giving a child a powerful machine without the instruction manual.
Exactly.
There might be some hiccups along the way,
Yeah.
but it's all part of learning.
So if we start with this raw, untamed power, Where do we go from there?
That's a great question.
How does that evolve into something more?
Well, that's where the real journey starts.
Okay.
Goddard really emphasizes that the full understanding of I am doesn't just end with this raw power.
Right.
It ultimately leads us to something much greater,
Okay.
which is infinite love and this realization of God as Father.
Oh, so we go from God as a man of war to God as a loving father.
It is.
That's a pretty big shift.
It is. It's a journey that unfolds within each of us. Think of it this way.
Okay.
You have a seed,
Okay.
and at first you just see this tiny little thing.
Yeah.
But with the right conditions, that seed can become a magnificent tree,
Oh, wow.
bearing fruit, giving shade.
I like that.
Right.
So the seed is our initial understanding of I am as power.
Yes.
And then the tree represents the full blossoming of that power into love.
Exactly. It's this gradual process of growth, of understanding, of refining our relationship with that divine power within.
Oh, okay.
And as we nurture that seed, as we learn to use that power the right way, it starts to express itself in these more beautiful, more expansive ways.
Okay, so how do we nurture the seed? How do we move from this raw power to this love?
Well, that's where the practical part really comes in.
Give it to me.
Remember the story about the man who got the building?
Yeah.
It wasn't just about repeating affirmations.
Okay.
It was about feeling like he already owned the building.
Mm-hmm.
That's a key principle in Goddard's teaching.
So it's more about feeling than just thinking.
Exactly.
Okay.
It's about aligning your inner state
Yeah.
with what you want.
Mm-hmm.
Goddard actually believes that our assumptions create our reality. So if we're always assuming lack or fear or limitation, we're shaping our reality to reflect those things.
That's a little scary.
It can be.
I mean, does that mean we're responsible for all the bad stuff that happens?
Well, Goddard doesn't really frame it as blame.
Okay.
Instead, he focuses on the power we have
Okay.
to change our reality by changing our assumptions. He wants us to ask, what am I assuming right now? Is it what I really want?
That's a good question. So how do we shift those assumptions?
It starts with noticing them.
Okay.
Once you see a limiting assumption,
Yeah.
you can choose to replace it with something more empowering. For example, if you're always thinking you're not good enough,
Right.
you can choose to assume, I am capable, I am worthy, I am deserving of good things.
And by repeating those things, we start to believe them.
Well, it's not just repetition. It's about feeling the truth,
Yeah.
embodying it, being what you desire.
Okay, so feeling is key.
Yes.
But how does just changing your thoughts and feelings actually create real change out in the world?
That's the mystery.
Yeah.
And the power of I am.
Okay.
Goddard talks about this in one of his lectures.
Okay.
He says that we don't totally understand how it works, but we can see it happening.
Yeah.
He uses this analogy of going to a doctor.
Okay, how does a doctor fit into all this?
Okay, imagine you go to a doctor you trust. You're not going to tell the doctor how to do their job, are you?
No, I trust them.
You trust their expertise and you just surrender to the process.
Okay.
So we treat I am like the doctor.
Okay.
Trusting in its ability to heal and to create. We're surrendering to this power within us, knowing that it can make things happen that we can't even imagine.
Okay.
And Goddard gives this really fascinating example.
Okay.
It's about a woman who had all her furniture stolen.
Oh, yeah. I think I remember this. She tried everything to get it back and nothing worked.
Exactly. She was at her wit's end.
Wow.
And then she met with Goddard.
Okay.
And he led her through this visualization
Okay.
where she imagined being back in her apartment with all her furniture.
Okay.
Feeling that relief and joy.
And her furniture reappeared.
She got all of it back
Nice.
through this series of seemingly random events.
So she, just by feeling the reality of having her furniture, she manifested it back into her life.
That's what Goddard suggests.
It's amazing.
And what's even more remarkable, he didn't tell her how to get it back. He just guided her to that feeling.
Wow.
And her I am took over from there.
That's wild. I gotta admit, a part of me is still skeptical.
Skepticism's good.
Yeah.
It's important to be discerning.
Yeah.
But what if we're limiting ourselves by not believing in what's possible?
That's true.
What if this I am power is more real and closer than we think?
Yeah, I guess that's the question, isn't it? What if we really can shape our reality?
It's a lot to process.
It is a lot to process.
And this is where that journey from power to love is so important.
Yeah.
If we're using this power of I am from a place of fear or lack or ego,
Yeah.
we might not be using it the right way.
So how do we use it responsibly? How do we tap into the love you were talking about?
That's something we'll keep digging into.
Okay.
But for now, let's think about what we've learned.
All right.
We've learned that I am, the name of God, holds incredible power.
Yeah.
A power that's within each of us.
And we've learned that our understanding of it changes over time.
Yes.
Starting with this raw power
Yes.
and ultimately going towards love.
Exactly.
And we've talked about the idea that what we assume shapes our reality and that we can choose our thoughts and feelings.
And by doing that,
Yeah.
we can align with the reality we want.
It's a lot to take in.
It is.
But it is incredibly fascinating.
It is.
And I think we're just getting started. It's interesting, exploring this idea of I am as the name of God.
Yeah.
It really makes me rethink prayer.
Oh, yeah. How so?
Well, it's not about begging some far-off deity to, grant us favors or whatever.
It's definitely a different way of thinking about it.
Yeah, totally. And that's one of the most radical ideas in these lectures.
Definitely.
It's not about pleading. It's about aligning ourselves with this power that's already inside of us.
Absolutely. And Goddard actually uses this really interesting metaphor in the transcribed lecture.
Okay.
He talks about how the angel Michael suggests to God that maybe it was a mistake letting humans talk.
Oh, because we just wouldn't stop asking for things?
Yeah, like a cosmic customer service line.
That never ends.
That never ends, right?
Yeah.
But God says, that he doesn't listen to what people say, but to their lives.
Oh, wow.
It's not about the words, it's about the actions.
So it's less about saying, I am healthy 1,000 times, and more about actually living as if I am healthy.
Exactly.
Okay.
Goddard emphasizes that our actions and choices, our way of being in the world, that's the true prayer.
Walking the walk, not just talking the talk.
Exactly.
Okay.
And this comes back to that idea of, assumptions creating reality.
Right.
If we say we want one thing, but our actions are different, there's a disconnect.
It's like saying I am abundant.
Yes.
But then stressing about money all the time.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah.
There's a quote from the transcribed lecture
that
says, I only listen to their lives. So only what I am is answered. No prayer of mine goes beyond the roof, but the prayer of what I am.
So the real question then becomes, how do we align our lives, our actions with that I am that we're trying to embody?
That's the key.
How do we make that connection?
Yes.
Between our inner and outer worlds?
Well, that's where the practical stuff comes in again. Goddard gives us clear steps in the transcribed lecture. It's a 3-step process.
3 steps.
First, you recognize your I am.
That awareness piece.
Yes. Tuning into that spark. Then name what you want. Be clear and concise.
So I am healthy.
I am healthy, exactly.
I am loved. I am financially secure.
Yes, perfect examples.
Okay.
And finally, affirm it as already done.
Okay.
Feel the reality of it.
So not I will be healthy, but I am healthy right now.
Yes, that's the feeling part.
It's about embodying the state of being.
Exactly.
Not just saying words.
And by doing that, aligning our thoughts, feelings, actions, we create this magnetic force that pulls our desires to us.
It sounds almost too easy.
It does, doesn't it?
Are you saying we can manifest anything just by thinking it and feeling it?
Goddard would say the power is there.
Oh, okay.
But it takes more than fleeting thoughts or feelings.
Okay.
It's about deep conviction, a knowingness.
Okay.
Really merging with the I am within.
And that's where that journey from power to love comes back.
It all connects.
It's not just manifesting stuff for ourselves. It's about expressing that love.
Beautifully said.
In the world.
The ultimate I am isn't about money or power. It's about love, compassion, kindness.
And recognizing that in other people.
Yes, seeing that same I am in everyone.
So it's personal transformation, but it's bigger than that.
It is.
It's like a collective transformation of consciousness.
Yes, where everyone recognizes their own divinity.
And the divinity of others.
Exactly. And in that realization lies the potential for something truly extraordinary.
That's powerful.
It is.
Well, this has been an incredible journey.
It really has.
Into the name of God.
Absolutely.
Exploring not just the concept, but the practical side, too.
I'm glad you found it helpful.
I really did. And to everyone listening, we encourage you to keep exploring this idea, too.
It's a fascinating one.
It really is.
See how it resonates with you? Try out those techniques.
Yeah.
And most importantly, keep asking questions.
Right.
Keep seeking.
Keep uncovering those layers of I am.
You might be amazed by what you find.
Absolutely. Until next time.